G'day guys, what's cracking? It's Ralph here with Neewer's latest V-Mount battery offering. It's the PS099EP and I am stoked to bring it to you today. Comes with a USB-C charger, instructions and a D-tap cable to go from one D-tap to another. And here it is, let's uncover it. At 678 grams with grip on the outside and a full fireproof shell. Yes, we want to set fire to it, but no, we shouldn't because it's a battery and it'll explode. With LG battery cells in there, it is super high quality and wonderful if you want to take away, perhaps you're traveling and you just want a battery source, you can put this in your hand luggage, it's safe to travel with, or you might have it, as I'm going to talk about later on, to do more on the job training, which, well, we'll get to that, but let me tell you all about it. The most important thing you need to know is 5 of the outlets sit right here. There's a 8-volt out, a 12-volt out, a USB-A, a USB-C in and out through which you charge it, and a USB-C out. Plus the D-tap on the outside sits there. Also a BP port that plugs into a harness or a hub that settles into your camera rig or an external hub that you have, as well as the D-tap that will do that too. D-tap is in and out, and D-tap will be perfect, for example, for a dummy battery. You want to put a dummy battery into your camera and then plug it through a regulator into this. You can go in or out, so you can charge in or out with the D-tap, and that's where the other cable comes in handy. And then at the back we have a BP port that slots into a camera rig, click, and utilizes the battery power on this. How do you know how much power is being used? Well, you simply press this little button here and it shows you on the screen. Now, I always reserve this for you because this is the best bit, right? Listen. It wasn't very loud, was it? But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Has a detailed OLED screen there which tells you all the voltages and how much the battery is being pumped in and pumped out of power in live use. I find that very helpful, especially when you plug it in. You're like, how are we looking? Oh, that's good. We're hitting at 20 volts, or we actually are only going at 5 and we need to readjust how we do this charging deal. Universal V-mount. So V-mount batteries aren't just exclusive to Neewer, they're universal and very handy as a way of attaching these to whatever you need to attach them to. The battery is 100 watts, so it's able to handle anything. So yesterday I charged my MacBook Pro, which is an M1 chip, with this, and at the same time I recharged this light that requires a lot of power to do so. This is a 40-watt light, and then I could actually charge the cable, then I could charge the battery from the mains at the same time that it fueled these things. So it has the ability to multi-charge, to simultaneously charge, and also be charged while it's charging others. So be a flow through or a channel for the power from your mains into the different appliances that you have. Has an intelligent battery built in that allows you to prevent from overheating, over discharge, over voltage, short circuiting, catching on fire, overcharging, or over current. So you're basically, you're set, you're bulletproof with this, and it's not going to blow up in your house, burn your house down, burn your face off, explode in your camera bag, any of that. Super safe. Now this only takes 2.1 hours to charge. What's 2.1 hours? I don't know, it's like 2 hours and 7 minutes. But basically look at it, 2 hours to fully recharge this, and then it's ready to go. And depending on what power you require from it, depends on how much charge that can do. But if you're wanting, say, a long exposure on your camera and you just want to attach this and use it, it will easily be able to cover that. But it could probably go through a couple of charges of your iPad or your MacBook Pro if you just want this laying on the bench. But what if you want to take it out in the field? Well, I asked Neewer, I said, come on, how do we do this? And they said, we'll send you a clamp. So they sent me a clamp, and here it is. It's quite simple. It attaches to your tripod there. What, we need a tripod? Let's get a tripod. So you make sure your V on your clamp is pointing upwards. This is how I would do it. You push your clamp in, you can tighten your clamp, and that's not going to move anywhere. Then you simply take this, you slot it on into the appropriate slot, and it holds and it's safe there, and your cables are up the top so they can feed the top of your tripod. Nice and simple, right? If you actually need it to point down, you just change the V clamp the other way around, and then to release, it has this really cool nice long arm that you push in, and then it simply slides out. But because of the V attachment, it's not going to slip through, so it just holds nice and firm there. And there's some rubber like protection on the inside of this clamp, so it's going to hold to your tripod but not damage your tripod at the same time. In a couple of weeks time, I have been asked to film a dance concert, and Well, for those of you that know me really well, you'll know that dance concerts are not my most favorite thing in the world, but a friend of mine has had a really rough bout with cancer, and so I just said, hey, can I help out, and can we do this sort of on the cheap for them, so it doesn't cost the company anything that my wife dances for, but also just eases some of the burden and I take on some of that pressure. And so I'm going to use this because the dance concert might go for a couple of hours and you want to make sure that your batteries in your camera are going to last. So I'm going to attach it to my tripod, I'm going to plug it straight into my Z9, and I'm going to shoot the whole day. And I could actually, and I'll trial this, I could probably plug it into my Z8 that I'm also going to have zooming up and closer shots next to it. So this battery will ensure that the battery capacities in my other cameras that perhaps wouldn't be up to that length of shoot will now be able to be. But this will live on my desk here, so when I need to plug in a light and charge up a light, which I did with this one up here that's exactly the same as this, I can just plug it in and leave it, and I know it's not going to catch fire and be too heat. It's got a set intelligent battery in here, but likewise I can plug my laptop in if I'm working late at night and then the battery's like, oh, we're losing, I can just easy USB-C, dunk, done, problem solved. So I've been very impressed, can highly recommend it to you. Here is the current price at time of video shooting, and I recognize it goes up and down. You can put that in the comments if you like, because some people just love to say the price has changed. Knock yourself out. Otherwise, what would you use this for? Please let me know. I'd be keen to hear. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and thanks Neewer for sending it to me. Good job, guys. Cheers. Bye.